Hello and welcome to a video I'm making, I guess. And I'm just going to do another update. I've put them all in a linear pattern thousands of blocks away because that shit got too cluttered. And I have also organized them better. And if anybody could tell me how to use these jigsaw blocks, that'd be great. Because all I know is to put the name of where I want them to connect. Now I'm going to give you guys a tour. If it shows an emerald, that means it's just a normal dungeon. If it shows a diamond, that means it's a boss one. But most of them are pretty obvious. We have this one, which is labeled as Dungeon, D-U-N. Whatever those two dot things are, 1, right there. It's labeled that, even though it's not the first one I made. It's labeled the first one because it's the first one I put a rename to. It's just a simple hallway. This, I believe, is Dungeon.2. It's just a simple combat room. 2 zombie spawners, some vaults. That's about it. Also, I really like how it turned out. Although this is older, I still feel it could do some pretty good work. I believe this is Dungeon.3, even though it's a resting area. With some arrows, a wooden sword, and some bread. Pretty simple. This one, I think, is Dungeon.4. No, this is Dungeon.3. And this is Dungeon.2. And this is Dungeon.4. The reason why it's like that is because one of them stopped working for a little bit. And then I had to, deal with that. This is just an intersection. This will break things. I know that for a fact because this will try to connect to a bigger structure, and then this will connect to a bigger structure, and then this will connect to a bigger structure, and then this will connect to a bigger structure, and that will just kind of jam together, and I am going to leave it like that because I did not put in an end except for the start, which I am going to put real quick because I forgot to put the start and the hall. So I'm going to show you how I do it. It's going this way, so I'm going to do dun dot start. Then I'm going to load it. Then I'm going to 0 it. Then I'm going to load it. There's no border around it, so I'm going to place another one. I'm going to name it the same thing. Dungeon.start, then I'm going to press the load button, then I'm going to go back to save, then I'm going to 0 it, then I'm going to save it, so that the save place right here, simple save structure, this is the start of the dungeon. This is where I would teleport all the players to start the game. It has a unique set of rules and stuff, or a unique lineup, because it uses something completely different. The next one that I forgot to do makes it so that it doesn't get too cluttered too fast. Is Dungeon.start 2. I really hope this one I don't have to do. I have to do it anyways. But this time I'm going to make it correct, which means I gotta do this, gotta 0 it, I got to bring that up to 10 because that's my basis, bring that down to 7, roughly. What the fuck am I doing? 7. Bring that up to 7, bring that down to 1 more. There we go. The z-axis, go to 10. Okay. This is just a simple hallway. And I'm actually going to rename it from Dungeon.start to Dungeon... Well, I'm not going to rename it, because it is a start. This has the opposite of this, so that they should connect together so that it doesn't get too cluttered up. I have some nice lights over there. Anyways, Next up is this one. A basic rest room. Right after this resting room is another resting room, which is balanced because the rest of these towers are fucking nuts in comparison. How balanced? There's some steak, there's some bread, extra chainmail armor, some potions and gapples, assortment of different weapons that aren't actually a part of the game, and a magic ability with mana potions, a bunch of shurikens with a uranium ball. I have not tested it. All I know is that it doesn't destroy blocks, so it's allowed, and a music disc. Some respawn points, ender chests for storage, the whole 9 yards. Next, I think I showed the intersection. If I didn't, here's the intersection. This is the horror room. I layered a bunch of creakings so that it would, they would spawn. And in order to loot here, you would have to have a buddy watch the creakings for one of the music discs. And also a shitload of beef. Yeah, even though it might be the corpses of a human, you take the cooked beef, especially for this next one, which is a tower. I went in the wrong way. There's no wrong way, since the loot is at the very top. It just depends on how you get down. Now, you could get down the elevator and leave normally, but there is a, quote, mini-boss up there. You have a bed, you have an ender chest, you have a chest full of some supplies, and you have a working elevator. That likes to work every now and again. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, so sometimes it apparently wants to work, and other times it doesn't. Why don't it want to work? The obsidian's fine. This is not connected. That caused it to work. Forgot I put water there. Just gonna remove this real quick. Obsidian that off. Do that. Oh, I missed my elevator. Whatever shall I do? Wait for it to get to the top because it's slow as fuck. But it is actually safer than the staircase, so either way I have to show you guys each and every single level. Also, there's a little chime and strobe lights. You get to see every level as you get up here. It can carry one person. And I guess I can show you guys the mini-boss since it's right here. See? It goes all the way to the top, and here's the mini-boss. Just basic stuff. That sword doesn't, like... How much damage does that fucking sword do? I grabbed a bunch of add-ons. 9 damage. They're just mini-bosses that protect some pretty valuable loot. This one, you go down via a ladder, because I didn't want them escaping. You got one zombie spawner. You go down another ladder. You got another zombie spawner, but it's pitch black, so other mobs will spawn. You go down, you got 3 zombie spawners. And then a restart, well, this is restart of a staircase. You have this, which has some pretty good stuff, but this is also towards the top, and you would have to fight your way down. You have 3 spawners with vaults. Pretty straightforward. I decided not to detail this. This is the reason why this is difficult. Because mob griefing's off, I can use creepers, zombies, a lot of fucking zombies, multiple different types of skeletons, more zombies, and husks. So you need a buddy to play this. And if I can get the random generation working, you need a buddy to play with regardless. Some skeletons, slowness, poison, and creakings, with a charged uranium ingot. You know, just normal stuff you'd find in Minecraft. 5 creeper spawners. My bad. 3 vaults. Go down the stairs a bit more. 3 spawners of about 3 elements. You got the breezes. You got the from Mousie's mobs. You have the bluff from Mousie's mobs, and then the blaze going air, earth, and fire. You have 3 zombie spawners, I believe. Nope, zombie creeper and zombies. Another vault, and then you are down to the other side. Pretty straightforward. It is a dungeon, so it's going to have an emerald block. And I am going to call back the elevator so that it can have a starting point. Anyways, while we wait for the elevator, why don't you hit subscribe? I'll be doing more videos like this with hopefully better quality once I can get my hands on a PC or better recording software. Either way, something's got to change for this. Because I can't just keep using my phone, because sometimes it likes to do this whole stop recording thing on me. Like, it's not even letting me see the battery at the moment. Also, this whole bad look right here of these was on purpose. Because somebody, one of my friends, probably the people who play this most likely, would complain about it. And it does a very crucial role. It keeps it from sticking to anything needed. Okay, I'm going to go quickly save this real quick. Right here. Give it a little whirl. A little whirl. Spinny spin. Going to save that to Dungeon 7. I'm going to clear my inventory. Next up, just a maze. I am not going to show you how to get through the maze in case one of my friends is watching this. But I will show you how to get to, well, not how to get to, but what's in these chests. This is a chest from a wrong direction that has daggers, a spear, a bunch of stuff. And remember, it's a very difficult dungeon, and I'm not even done with making the dungeon part. I'm planning on adding like a factory level that has redstone parkour and shit like that. So there's that, and it's raining again. In this chest, found also in the maze, you have the iron greatsword and the stone battle axe. Pretty straightforward, pretty powerful gear. But I can't show the exit, but I can show the exit, so I will see you guys right then. As you can see, I have made it out. Next is the first boss, which is represented by the diamond block, and dungeon. The reason why it's both is because of this. These connect to normal dungeons. There's a creeper, zombie, and skeleton spawner. Some pretty much just restock loot. You have an ender chest and a crafting table. Notice there's no bed. You also notice that this is bigger and looks like this. This connects to only boss levels. And here are some of them. Now, there will be more, but right now there's only 5. And so you have a 1 in 5 chance of getting this. Now, I used a lava curtain for all but one of them, and that one has a reason for it. So, what the lava curtain does is it acts like the fog from Dark Souls, except you can toggle it. When you click the button, it closes, revealing loot. Now, you will notice that I actually added details like some gold blocks or some ice or leaving it blank for a normal one. Here you have some gold gear, you have some pretty okay loot. If you saw the last video, you know this is some pretty god tier loot and this is some pretty shit loot. Like really shit, like absolutely garbage loot. Next is the Sunbird, which I actually made a thing for, and I'm actually proud of it. I had to turn fire spread off because, well, if you know anything about Minecraft or fucking logic, when something is burning at roughly 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, it tends to catch things on fire. So, fire spreads is off for that exact reason. Also, Mousie's Mob adds these, which don't match with these, but match with those. Here's the Sunbird. I made it more of like a nature type deal. And also, this is the first one where you almost have to kill him. Like, No, yep, no, you have to kill him. Because you're going to be playing in adventure mode. You can't get through here. I guess if you get, like, right up to the crotch and angle yourself just right, you could probably hit that. But nope. As you can see, there is a chest under there, which gives you the stuff that you would get normally from that. And since this is played with friends, I'm not gonna force them to try to do the whole crouch close with a mask on type deal, because there's only one of those. Next is the Frost Maw. Again, I have no loot for this, but I did make it look nicer. It's an ice cave. As you can see from right here, it's nothing but ice. Solid ice. I have no idea what to put in here because he drops a weapon. Now I did the same thing I did with the Furious Warknot, which is right there. And just put a bunch of restock loot, maybe a golden apple or two. But other than that, you have my favorite of the three, the Furious Warknot, which this is not far off of the actual structure, which I'm pretty sure I can summon. It just looks a bit better. I have some nice torches. And the loot is pretty okay. One of the few enchanted golden apples, some emeralds and diamonds. I'm yet to make a trading hall so that you can use this. If I can figure out how to turn this into like a data pack, or yeah, probably a data pack because it requires add-ons to function, then it would go through with the add-ons, which would also have to mean that in order for me to sell, I would have to give them the money. I'll figure that out when I get to it. I will figure it out because I really want to get this out to the public. And next is the Wither fight. Now, I want you to notice something here. I'll give you a couple seconds for me to tell you what exactly is missing. Did you find it? Right. This is the wrong shade. I'm just kidding. There's no lava thing. This is the first boss arena that has not only modded and vanilla both combined in one as part of it, with, I would say, some beautiful structures. And William the Wither. This actually, if you press this button, I'm pretty sure it shuts it off. Okay, so it was supposed to be off like this. I'm going to go save it real quick, because it's supposed to start off like that, so when you click it, it will automatically turn these off, which actually are connected to the pistons. I can actually go in a deep dive with the redstone real quick, because I actually spent time on the redstone. This was supposed to play scary music, but I just kind of botched it last second. These keep the trapdoors closed, and this is the system. Redstone line goes through here, goes into there, which goes right into here, which causes a second toggle T flip-flop into 2 rows of pistons, which shut the Wither in. The Wither can fit through a 2-block space, even though he's like 3 blocks long. And for the loot, I would say it's pretty good. You have the Wither Skull, which does something unique. It makes your eyes blue, which is the reason I added it. And I'm pretty sure this was dead center for a reason. You get the first bundle and the second bundle. You also get a tattered spellbook, which summons a person that you can trade the things that those guys drop for. And that's it. Tell me a couple of things. One, what should I put the loot for this guy right here, the Frost Maw? What other, and last but not least, what other dungeon room should I make? Because once I can figure out how to make the jigsaw blocks, auto-generate these, that far out distance will be just full of a dungeon me and my buddies can go through. With unique structures, custom-made areas, and hopefully some good times. Anyways, if you enjoyed this and want to see more, hit like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to. And if you have ideas, I'll say it again after I've already said it. If you have ideas for what else I should try to build, post them in the comments. I'm not going to instantaneously be like, oh, I'm going to build that if you post something funny or not. But I will try my best to see if I can make it match this whole vibe. Anyways, that is all. And hold on, I was trying to do a thing here. That is all, uranium ball. And bye.